Hi, it's me, Ro, author of Speaking from Spirit, and here is your December 2022 energy alert. So, first of all, happy and merry everything, as my friend Janet Amato would say, happy and merry everything. It is a month of holidays and celebrations, and it is also a month of conclusions and endings. This is a 9-month in a 6-year, and this 6-year has been all about our relationships and love and finding balance in our relationships, meaning how do we keep our center in relationship to all of our relationships. It was a year to develop and find more self-love for ourselves. And let's face it, the quality of our relationships express our self-love, because if we do not have self-esteem, then we do not attract healthy relationships to us. So the more we fall in love with ourselves and build healthy self-esteem, or even better, soul esteem, the more our relationships mirror that. So if you're at this end of this year, December, 9-month of completions, look at the relationships in your life, because these are the ones that have made it through, meaning these are the ones that are solid, these are the ones that are enduring, these are the ones that are probably the healthiest, and they're growing with you, and they're helping you to grow deeper into your own best version of yourself, or most authentic version of yourself. This was a year, too, to beautify our homes. It was a year maybe to get married. Lots of people maybe found their life partner this year and or got married. This was a year of babies. Maybe we're seeing a baby boom or lots of babies on the way this year. But this month is about completion. December is about letting go of some things. So these may be things that you've been thinking about letting go, wanting to let go of, maybe not knowing how to, but it all becomes clear this month. Sometimes it's things just naturally let go. They finish up. They come to conclusion. 9 is also the energy of reward. So for all of our efforts. So here you come around to that 9 energy, and everything that you have been putting effort to shows up as the reward. So if you've been exercising all year, maybe now you're starting to really see the rewards of your efforts, or feel even better, because 6 is about feeling as well, feeling the rewards of your efforts. If you have been saving your money or watching your spending, maybe you're seeing the rewards of that. Maybe you're seeing the rewards of all of your efforts in learning coming to fruition. Maybe you're getting ready to graduate college. Maybe you're seeing just any efforts that you put into your own self and self-growth now coming into fruition, in that you think clearer, you feel lighter, your emotional energy is in a better space. And so maybe that's what the reward is. So again, there may be letting go. You may feel the need to purge, get rid of, and it may come out of nowhere, like, you know what? I thought I needed that hand mixer. I don't. It's going to Goodwill. Or, I've outgrown this tradition, or I've outgrown my clothes. So now that they all need to go to some rehome, maybe Dress for Success. So it's going to be a month of that. It's going to be a month of separating the wheat from the chaff, meaning, taking stock at your life, what you want to keep in your life, who you want to keep in your life, how you want to keep going in your life, and also maybe what you want to let go of. And so there may not be a full letting go, but maybe it's like, you decide, this isn't working for me anymore, having this, 5-bedroom, 4-bath house, if that's what you have, because it's only, we're empty nesters now. Maybe it's time to start thinking about letting that go, or preparing to let that go, or your job, or your maybe your work life at all. So there could be thoughts of letting go of something or making the plan, but a lot of times in this month, things just do naturally go. 9 also resonates with forgiveness. So you may be forgiving yourself more this month. And I say that because, again, it is a 6th global year of loving yourself more. So you can't be mad at yourself or holding resentment or judgment against yourself and loving yourself completely. So we may be really forgiving ourselves for things that we think we've done in the past, and really coming into our peace with that. That's 9 is a lot about forgiveness and compassion. And again, let's face it, this year is a year of love and self-love, and that sometimes comes with compassion for self and for others, and forgiveness of self and others. So this may be a very big reflective month, where you just see yourself and others with more compassion and forgiveness. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes it's easier to forgive others than it is to forgive ourselves. We will hold ourselves accountable for, making a salami sandwich when our kid wanted a peanut butter and jelly, and still not forgive ourselves or feel guilty over doing that, 20 years ago. So unjust guilt, unjust holding ourselves accountable sometimes is what we do. And this is the month to really kind of reconcile that, which is also a 9 energy. Okay, so hopefully this month you have developed this year you've developed another level of self-love. And hopefully this year you have developed another level of compassion, not only for yourself, but for this world, where you've stepped into the compassionate heart of yourself. Now remember, heart, we have a physical heart, we have an emotional heart, we have a heart of knowing, which is our intuition, and then we have what we call the mystical heart, all in this 4th chakra area that is about seeing the world in a more compassionate way, with a deeper understanding, not just in a pitying way, but in I understand this, and this gives me great compassion for you. So I just completed this 3-part series of understanding trauma in November with my online group. And what we really came to see is a world that has been repetitive trauma over and over again, and seeing those that create harm in this world as somebody that has been wounded, and seeing that with a much more compassionate eye. Now, this doesn't mean that there isn't accountability, or that you don't have to atone or have the karmic effects of things that you have done, or that were done to you. That would be somebody else's karma. But it is that you can still see it compassionately in a different way, as a wound, as opposed to a hateful, judgmental kind of eye that then again keeps the cycle of trauma, repetitive trauma, inherited trauma in this world going on. It's about breaking that cycle now. So that's, again, what this 9 month is going to offer, a more compassionate view, again, to things that look dark, and they are. I'm not saying that they aren't, but that have a backstory, and understanding that, while still holding the space for the atonement or the accountability to be there. We have a full moon in Gemini on 12/7, December 7th. So you want to be mindful of this one, because we have Mars in retrograde in Gemini. So Gemini is communication and travel and technology, all that fun stuff. And it's learning and studying and children. And Mars is action and taking action, and the actions we do take, and why we take them. And it's also passion, but it's also anger, right? Anger and passion are like flip sides of the same coin. So around that full moon time, Gemini full moon on December 7th, there's going to be a kick up of all that stuff that's Gemini, travel, communication. So, and full moons, bring things to light, they illuminate stuff. So you might see your anger kick up. You might have angry words come out of your mouth before you even mean to. You might speak out of turn. So you want to be able to recognize that, right, in your self-awareness, and then own it, and then apologize maybe, or make an atonement for that, and then move on. So, and one way to do that is to always say, can I speak from my heart? So maybe that day, all day, you say, may I speak to you from my heart? So you go to the Dunkin' Donuts and you say, may I speak to you from my heart? I'd like to order a vanilla latte. And because when you say that, and especially if you put your hand on your heart, you are automatically going to go into your heart of knowing and your compassionate heart and speak from your wisdom, truth, and from your higher self, and maybe even from divine channeling in that moment. The winter solstice is on the 21st, so it's a great time to do a ritual, especially at sundown, and invite the fairy realm, my new friends, in, and maybe make them an offering. They like that a lot. And I want you to really call back and reclaim all of your power and all of your energy, especially from the past. Any place you left your power, any place you left your energy, anywhere it was taken from you, any place you gave it away, you want to call it back. And again, hand on the heart, I'm calling back my power, I'm calling back my energy from any place I left it or it was taken away, and it is now in my body, fully present now. That would be a good ritual. New moon in Capricorn is on December 23rd. So new moons are about new beginnings and fresh starts. This one in Capricorn, again, very practical, down to earth. What do I want? How do I go about doing that? Let me think clearly. What limits do I need to set with myself so that I can achieve my goals, right? So if it's I want to, lose weight, right? Because that's going to be right around the corner in January. And we do have this Jupiter going to, it's indirect, but it's going in the sign of Aries, which is about the body. So we actually might keep our New Year's resolutions and lose weight this year, because Aries is about the body, and Jupiter is about the expansion of everything we set into motion. So in this Capricorn new moon on the 23rd, you want to invoke your Capricorn, and the ruler of that is Saturn, and Saturn is about limits and structure. What limits do I need to set with myself to achieve the goals? That's a Capricorn thing that I want. So if it's to save more money, then what limits? Well, I'm going to need to limit myself in this area. Maybe in ordering my Starbucks every day. Maybe I do it only once a week. And so setting good limits with self would come in this new moon time. And that's a wonderful thing. And limits make us feel safe. We might not always like them, but they give us structure and support. And eventually we wind up feeling safe in those. So we may not like limits, but, if we're rebelling just to rebel, that's kind of babyish, right? So that's how you could use this new moon. Mercury goes retrograde on the 29th. And again, we are in Gemini, Mars in Gemini retrograde until January 12th. So we're going to be in two kind of very close personal planets retrograde. The fun should really be then, especially with travel and communication. Fun. We are, so again, that Mars retrograde, let's talk about that for a minute. So anger may be coming up, okay? Maybe things that in the past that you weren't angry at, but now you're going, damn, that was so wrong. I really should have been mad about that at that time, but I wasn't. And it's almost like a delayed reaction, even if it was 40 years ago or 50 years ago, and you're feeling it now. Like, oh my God, I'm feeling so angry over that. Okay, acknowledge that, process it, let it go. Let it go. Don't fuel it, don't act on it, don't harbor it. Just, oh, okay, here it is. It needed to come up and release. That's going to go on. This Mars retrograde, though, also, it's given us a chance to see what triggers us and what we lose our cool over, right? So what causes you to like lose your mind or lose your center or go into temporary insanity even? Is it driving on the highway and having people cut you off? Is it people in the line? Is it crowds in the store? Is it the news? Is it your neighbor? Is it your mother? Is it, what is it that makes you lose your cool about something? And when I was writing this, I was thinking about the song Be Cool from West Side Story, when Riff sings that song. And I thought, that's what he's trying to do, is kind of control his Mars and his anger and not let it erupt, but kind of acknowledge it and then channel it wisely or use it wisely. So this month, you want to pay attention to that. Like, what can make you lose your mind or lose your cool so easily, or maybe not so easily, maybe it takes a while, but you still do. And really kind of step back and pull a riff and play cool this month. Observe, be curious, not judgmental about self. Be curious, look at me, getting all crazy over that. And then redirect and use that energy more wisely. All right, so this month, my online spiritual community meeting is going to be on Tuesday, December 12th, and it's reflections on 2022. And we're going to do a nice little ritual to release this year and to get ready to step into 2023, which is a 7 global year, which is about coming to the spirit. It is about all things spirit. It is about self-realization, and it is about where hopefully we put our spirit in charge instead of our little ego self in charge. January 10th, our online meeting is going to be with Master Astrologer Jack Hopkins, and he's going to give us all the astrological aspects for 2023 and what we should be working with. So you do need to be a member of the online spiritual community to join in on those, and that is found on my website, www.rosemarierubenetticapiello.com. So let's pull some cards. I want to start with the Kyle Gray deck here, and I want to see what our message is for December 2022, what the angel guides or the angels oracles would like to tell us, and who of that would like to tell us. So we have expect miracles. That's nice. I'm doing this recording on the new moon in Sagittarius. So it's November 23rd I'm doing this. And, that is all about expecting miracles. And it's a very, Sagittarius is a very benevolent and hopeful sign. And new moons are new beginnings. So this is pretty exciting. I'm pulling this card for December on this day. Miracles occur naturally. They are always ready to unfold. Your angels are encouraging you to prepare yourself for them now. A miracle doesn't have to be an extravagant exchange in circumstances. It can be a simple shift of energy that creates a wave of love in your life. If you need something positive to happen, or you are praying hard for something, this card brings you the message that something exciting and healing is about to unfold. In order to help this along, you are being guided by your angels to recognize and honor your own worth. Here's that self-love message again. I am worthy, I am deserving, and I accept all of the good that this universe wants to send to me now. That would be and I deserve the best. Okay? One of my friends uses that. I deserve the best and I accept it now. That's a great affirmation, and it goes along with this card. Realize that you are absolutely worthy of miracles, and they will unfold in your life. Your entire life has been brought together by miracles. Really, truly. They are happening all the time, and the miracle that you need isn't a difficult one because it's in the hands of the divine and anything is possible. So here's a little extended message of this. Place yourself in a golden light. Remember that the light of God is within you, right there in your heart of your being, here and in your soul. Good things can happen for you, but in order to manifest something wonderful in your life, you have to believe that is possible. You could be seeing the miracle you need as impossible or even too big for you to achieve. Ultimately, this is exactly what's blocking you from making it happen. So change that now. Well, let me add this. Even if that's in there, that we don't believe that a miracle can happen or what we want or desire can be fulfilled, I'm going to ask the angels, your angels, to override that and bring it anyway, and then get you out of the way so you don't interfere with your goodness that is yours and that is your birthright. Angels, you heard me. It is done. Okay. Fairy cards. I love these lately. I've been talking to the fairies a lot. So let's see what they have to say. I want you to remember fairies are a little bit tricksters and sometimes they hide things on you. Inner child. Inner child. Your inner child, I'll tell you right now, is pretty magical and does not believe that anything is impossible. Can't even entertain that. Just as you take care of a small child by listening to them, playing with them, and hugging them, so does your inner child yearn for your nurturing. This card also asks you to have patience with yourself as you are growing and maturing at your own pace. If you're feeling neglected and unappreciated, the most likely reason is that you've been ignoring your inner child's needs. Just as with any child, your inner child needs daily care and attention. This includes giving her consistently positive feedback. Take a moment to hug yourself right now and tell yourself, I love you. You are a wonderful and perfect child of the divine. Take some time today to play. Your playfulness could be as organized as going to an amusement park or a playground, or as spontaneous as telling silly jokes with a friend. Your new daily habit of taking care of the kid within helps you feel more youthful and vigorous. So sometimes we just, this is the time of Christmas and Santa Claus and all about the kids getting toys. So maybe this is where you remember what you were like as that perfect little innocent, magical child that you are, not even were, are. And go back to before any of this world or any of this life's experiences touch that, and reclaim that child, and then connect to it every day and ask it, what do you want from me? What would you like to do? How can I play with you or for you? And maybe go out and buy yourself a little toy that you always liked as a child. Maybe it's time to color, or maybe it's time to just do whatever you did as a little kid and engage in your magical inner child energy. At least talk to that piece, reclaim it, hold it, and remember that that's who you really are. And that's who we all really are, even when we're not acting like that. That's our divine perfection. So that's kind of it for December 2022 forecast. So it's a month of holidays. It is a month of letting go. It is a month to be your magical self. That's it for now. I'm going to see you in January 2023, hopefully, God willing, angel willing, everybody willing, soul willing. And right now it's just me, Ro, again saying happy and merry everything and wishing you peace.